In this video, I'm going to show you how to link your Google Calendar booking page to your spreadsheet. Now, why would you do this? When somebody schedules a call with you on your booking page in Google Calendar, you have to manually check your email. You got to go in and look at all the data there. And this simply takes all of your appointments that are being booked through your booking page, and it automatically will add them to a spreadsheet, so you don't have to do all the manual work, and you can just see what you have lined up. Then you can take this spreadsheet and you can reach out to those people as you need to reach out to them, update statuses and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get started and look at creating a booking page and linking our booking page to a Google spreadsheet. So first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that our booking page is named. Okay, so I'm just going to call this schedule a call, and I'm going to leave all the times as they are. You can customize this to your liking, but let's go ahead and save all that. And now we have our schedule a call booking page. What we need to do next is to create a spreadsheet, and we need to make this into a form that automatically gets populated by those appointments. So go ahead and name your spreadsheet. I'm just going to call this schedule a call contacts. All right, so first what we're going to do is we're going to click on extensions at the very top of our page, and then we're going to select AppScript. Now I'm just going to plug in the functions here and get it rolling for us, but you don't really have to do a whole lot other than plug and play, and the link for this is at the bottom of the page. So we're going to get this all queued up, and then I'll walk through what it actually does. So first thing you want to do is just highlight whatever function is in here when you get started and paste your value. Now, the one thing you need to do is you need to make sure, if you're going to use exactly what I have, that you have target booking name. This name, schedule a call, this needs to match the name of your booking page, schedule a call. It has to match. If it doesn't match, this will not work. So let's go back over here. We're simply going to save this. I'll go over what this does at the very end. The next thing you want to do is you want to click on your triggers over on the far left menu of your AppScript. So click on triggers. This is going to tell you some information. I've never set this up, so I'm just going to click on view my dashboard. And then at the very bottom right, I'm going to click on add trigger. So now what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to pick the source. We're going to say from calendar, and then we're going to give our calendar owner email. I want to notify me immediately if there's a failure, and then I'm going to scroll down just a little bit on this modal and click the blue save button in the bottom right corner. So now that we have saved, it's going to take it a moment. It's loading. Something went wrong. That's okay. We're going to dismiss this. We're going to save it again. There we go. All right, now it says Google hasn't verified this app. That's fine. Click on Advanced, and then scroll down, go to Untitled Project. We're going to scroll down and select All, and then we're going to continue at the very bottom. So you're giving permission for this trigger to use the application that you just created. So that's it. Okay, now what happens? Well, let's go back over here to schedule a call. I'm going to refresh the page. There's nothing here. And then we're going to go over to our Google Calendar, and we're going to click the link, and let's copy that link and put that into a browser window, paste it. So let's go ahead and pick any time. We'll pick 9 a.m. It's plugging in our data. We're going to say okay, and we're done. Close that. And now when we go back over to schedule our call, we just wait for a second, and it's going to populate. There it is. I didn't do anything. I just waited on it and it showed up. Now notice it gave me the header row. After the first person schedules, you can grab this button right here. A lot of people don't know this. Drag it down, and now you've set your header row, so it's always going to remain at the top. Let me show you one other cool trick. If you click in the top left corner and you highlight everything, double click right here between columns, and when you do, it's going to set the width automatically to the values in there. So that's just a cool little shortcut. But check it out. It added somebody immediately as soon as they filled this out. Now you might go, well, I don't want this to fill in everybody whenever I add a new meeting here. Well, yeah, it's not gonna. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's add something here. Even if I call this schedule, actually, I don't know, schedule a call. Maybe it will, but let's put in 10 a.m. Save that. It shouldn't add it, but let's go over here and wait just a moment. Anything showing up? Let's refresh the page. I don't know why I refresh. Google's really great about just plugging it in. It doesn't do it. It doesn't throw people in. How come it doesn't throw people in? Well, because it has nothing to do with the name, even though we are checking on the name. It's more about actually the scheduled appointments. Remember the way that we set this up. Let's click on extensions here, go to AppScripts. We're going to look at this and we're going to see in the code exactly what it's doing. So we are waiting for the calendar app to be updated. And remember, in our trigger, if we go back and look at this, you're going to see that it's waiting for a calendar update and it's waiting for the source to be from the calendar. And then on top of that, the code itself is waiting for an update. Now, what this is doing, let's just break this down real quick. We're checking the sheet. We're setting it using Google's own built-in functions, calls and whatnot. We're setting the sheet. We're setting the calendar. What we're also doing is we're checking the 7 days in the past and 30 days in the future to scrape and grab data. This is just setting up initially going, hey, let's look back in time, and if we have anybody that meets this criteria, we're going to go ahead and add them to our spreadsheet, and it runs. Okay. So then what we're doing is we're checking the time, and then we're checking for all of the events. We're looking at the data of those events that come through, and then we are moving forward to check for existing events. Not going to go over all this. You can throw this into ChatGPT and ask it to explain exactly what's happening if you want to do that. Next, what we're doing is we're creating headers if the sheet is empty. So it's only going to do that one time. It's not going to add new headers because this was untitled. We hadn't done anything. That's why it populated. We only did it the one time. Now that it runs, it's never going to do that again. We also want to get the time zone. The reason we want the time zone is because you want your time zone. So that's what it's going to do. The next thing we're doing is we're checking the length of our event, and we're setting some values right here. And then we are defining the unique name of our booking page, which we already discussed this. Okay, so now what we're doing is we are filtering. Okay, so the first thing is, notice our note here, only process events that have booked by. That's standard for Google booking pages. Whenever somebody fills out our Google form, this booking page, that whole event has on it a field that is called booked by. And if the booked by field exists and the target name right here matches, then we want to plug this in. So the reason I say this is that you might have other calendars here. You might have other booking pages, I should say. And if you have other booking pages, you may not want to populate this spreadsheet here with other booking pages. You might want a separate spreadsheet. And so if you do a separate spreadsheet altogether, then you want to make sure that you're only getting the values that you have right here. So you could probably update this just fine to be booking names. Maybe you're looking for schedule a call, and then you have another booking page that you want to use, and then just filter by that. I won't cover all that in this video, but you could do that. Next, it says clean up the description. So we need to convert the HTML breaks to new lines and remove other HTML tags. We're just cleaning up the values. Then we're matching, and we're making sure that we have, all of our data extracted properly. So, once again, throw this in ChatGPT or your favorite AI tool, and it's going to let you know exactly what's going on here. The next thing we want to do is we want to set up the full name, and we're actually trimming, and we're splitting and trimming. We're setting the first name and the last name, and this is all based off of the data that's coming through. We're matching the email as well. We're trimming the email. We're just cleaning up our data, and then we're formatting the dates and the times for the display. So this right here is actually laying out the way that the date is set right here, what you see on this value. That's what this is doing. And then we are appending the values that we have from the data. We're throwing them onto the sheet in this order: first name, last name, email, meeting time, and event ID. And that's what we see right here: first, last, email, meeting time, event ID. So that's it. Again, you can break this down in ChatGPT to explain it. You don't have to deploy anything. You do have to approve and give permission to this. I might just recommend naming your app script right here. In this case, I'm just going to call this Sync Google Calendar. And then you don't have to do anything else. You're all set and ready to go. That's it. In a follow-up video, I'm going to show you how to take the values that you get here and you can push them over into Conveyor. So maybe you want to start texting people, and we'll cover other items like this on this channel. And so check out the videos that show you how you can set things up to recruit, to onboard, and to get people moving through a pipeline that you have. That's one of the benefits of Conveyor. The purpose of Conveyor is that you can do exactly what we just did, push people into Conveyor, but then in Conveyor you can text them. You're not using or setting up your own Twilio integration. You're not using Zapier to do integrations or PipeDream or anything like that. Conveyor has all these built-in tools. And by the way, Conveyor also integrates with those tools that I just mentioned. But Conveyor allows you to text. It allows you to keep track of people with workflows, with automations, and then you can also deliver training content right to people. So check out conveyor.com. Watch the the videos here and see how you can get your field teams moving, scaled. But in the meantime, if you're using spreadsheets, little tools like this are super helpful. And I appreciate you watching this video. If this video was helpful to you, please like it, subscribe, add a comment, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.